Tatis, he's going to lead Sports Center. He's done it again. Another home run.
Hey guys, welcome back to Chasing 2, episode number 26. I'm Blake Fraser alongside Dylan Smith. Dylan, it is the month of May. We got a little bit of a new look here for the podcast. We're going to be on the left. We're going to have the rankings on the right-hand side. So at the start of spring, we started our rankings, and after every month, we're going to re-rank all the teams. So let's talk about the teams that had really good months. Let's start with the Boston Red Sox, 17-10. We originally had them 16, and they move up 12 spots to number 4 in our latest power ranking. So a team that we thought had a really good offense, but the pitching, we didn't know really what was going to happen there, but they've had a really solid month of April.
Yeah, they've bashed the ball. That's why they keep winning. And, you know, the pitching's held up. And I don't know if it's sustainable, but right now they're ranked number 4. Then you can't really take that away from them. The Royals, 16-9, went from originally 22 to 7th. They're in first place in the AL Central. We knew they had a good offseason. We did not know it was going to be this good of a start. They've put some beatings down on some teams. So,
they have.
You know, here we are. May 2nd, and the Royals are
first
the 7th best team in baseball in our book.
Let's talk about the San Francisco Giants, a team that is first place in the NL West. Yeah, I said that correctly. They're first place in the NL West. A team that is just a scrappy bunch, it seems. They just are finding ways to win ball games. They've beat the Dodgers a couple times. They've beat the Padres a couple times. So they're beating some very good teams in the NL West. And obviously, I don't think this is sustainable. We had them 19th in spring training, so they're up 13 spots, number 6. But what do you make of the Giants' start?
I think the biggest thing to note with this is they're doing it without Mike Yastrzemski, who's easily their best player. So that's even more impressive from this group. Yeah. They've just pitched well. Playing a big ballpark, and at the end of the day, we can talk about run differential. We can talk about team average, team ERA. But all that matters is the win-loss column, and they're winning games right now.
The Milwaukee Brewers, a team that is winning without their best player, like the Giants are without Yastrzemski. Christian Yelich has missed like 13 games, and here they are, they're 17-10. We had them ranked 18th. They're up 13 spots to number 5. They're getting lights out pitching. Corbin Burns, he did miss his last start, though, so I'm not sure. Something to keep an eye on possibly, but they're getting good pitching from Burns. They're getting good pitching from Woodruff. And they're just finding ways to win. I mean, you saw Travis Shaw have a walk-off hit the other day. It's everybody's kind of pitching in at the right time. Yeah.
Very, very interesting to think about as this starts to shape out throughout the year. Obviously, we thought the Cardinals were going to be our go-to division winner. At least, you know, me and you did. Yep. But the Brewers are showing who they are, and that's a scrappy bunch that doesn't have a lot of household names, but they have 2 dominant all-star pitchers. So, and then you have 2 dominant bullpen arms in the back end. So if you can just, you know, win most of the games majority of the weeks, you're going to be in good shape. That's how it works.
Let's see. Who's another team that had a big rise here? We talk about the Royals. The A's went up 3 spots to number 3. Let's talk about the New York Yankees here. New York Yankees team that we predicted to finish 5th.
Yeah.
Or we ranked them 5th, not projected to finish 5th. We ranked them 5th in the spring. They go down 11 spots. They're 13-14 as we record this episode. But what do you make of the Yankees start? Like, what do you think is going on offensively? They're starting pitching outside of Garrett Cole has been hit or miss. Like, what do you think's going on in New York?
Nothing to worry about. That's what I got. Nothing to worry about. They're gonna pull the same crap they do every year. They're gonna be crappy for a month, and they're gonna go off for the rest of the year. It's like the same story every year. In the end, I expect them to be there. What's interesting is they do have to chase down the Red Sox, and what makes that interesting is now we get a little Red Sox Yankees, maybe a little bit of rivalry this year.
Right.
And that's good for baseball.
100%. Let's talk about the Twins, the team we had 11th in our spring training rankings. They are 9-16, shadowed by Brian Buxton's unbelievable month of April. This team has been flat out bad this month.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that. I mean, in my opinion, and we'll get into this later, Byron Buxton's been the best player in the AL, and they can't do anything around him. I mean, they just can't pitch. They've lost some brutal games. Obviously, the one that comes to mind is where they threw the game away against the A's.
Yep.
Their pitching's been beat up time to time. It just hasn't been a good look for the Twins. We know they can bash the ball, but it just seems that things just aren't working no matter what it is.
Like they score a lot of runs, but they give up a lot of runs too. So like that's not a recipe for success. They're losing a lot of games, 9-16. We got them in 24th in our rankings. Another team.
We have to talk about them because we talked about them last week. Is the Atlanta Braves? They went from being 4th ranked preseason to through April, the 23rd spot. Once again, we don't think that the Braves are going to end up as the 23rd worst team in baseball.
But the way they're playing, though, man, they are the 23rd worst in baseball. Like that's just they just got swept by the Toronto Blue Jays. They got outscored 27-13. Their pitching has been bad. Morton got touched up a couple days ago. Smiley, who they just gave $11 million to, has gotten touched up. Freddie Freed, he has not pitched well. Ozzie Albies is batting like 180. Freeman, he couldn't hit a fastball to save his life this past weekend. Like they were just blowing balls by him. I'm just like, What is going on? I don't know if he's not seeing the ball right now or something's off mechanically with his swing, but Freddie Freeman, the reigning NL MVP, he looks off right now.
Yeah. We've talked about it. Their pitching's been really bad, and you brought it up a second ago. Another thing, Mike Soroka still hasn't made his debut, and that's kind of been anticipated.
They just transferred him to the 60-day DL too a few weeks back. So I don't know. They just lost Travis d'Arnaud. He tore his ligament in his thumb a couple games ago against the Jays and a collision at home plate. He just got put on the 60-day DL. So unless some kids are going to come up and like a Christian Pache, see if he can kind of spark an offense. Wilson Contreras' brother just played his first game this year tonight. So I don't know, but like I think this team is going to bounce back, but I mean they better turn it on quick.
Yeah, I think they're going to. Luckily, the rest of the NL East
it's not been good.
So bad. I mean, they're one game back of first place, and the first place team is the Phillies, who we have ranked 15th, and they're 13 and 14 are going to be on Sunday Night Baseball tonight.
Yeah,
they're in first place. The Phillies are in first place with a 13-14 record. I mean,
another team that took a big jump was the Seattle Mariners. We had them ranked 24, and they jump up to 11, plus 13 spots. A team that just, I think they took 2 or 3 from the Angels just recently. So yeah, they're playing some good baseball right now, and it seems like a lot of their kids are doing most of the damage.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, their bullpen was I think it was ranked the first best bullpen in baseball through April. Mm-hmm. So, that's going to win you lots of games that, late in games if you can keep yourself in them. Yeah. And, the offense is not anything special. It's really not. They're just pitching the ball real well. And if you pitch well, you're going to have a good chance to win games. I mean, it is what it is.
Any other teams that stick out to you in terms of these rankings? Obviously, we have the Dodgers at 1, Padres at 2. Those two have had pretty wild games so far this season. But any other teams that stick out to you?
I mean, we could talk about the Mets here. I mean, they moved from 8th originally to 18th. Francisco Lindor hasn't been good.
No.
Conforto, I don't think, has done anything this year. Dominic Smith is trying to get ABs where he can. Pete Alonso hasn't done anything. DeGrom has a .55 ERA and he's 2-2. They still can't get him run support.
Oh man, he has to do it himself. He has to drive in runs for himself. Like it's kind of crazy. Like how dominant DeGrom has been. He just hasn't got any run support, man. Like, could you imagine this man's record if he got like 2-3 runs a game? It'd be unbelievable.
Yeah. And even the Nats, I mean, they've been banged up. I mean, they moved from 12th to 19th. The bottom of the barrel teams, I mean, let's just give them a little bit of this isn't really anything to brag about, but the Rangers go from originally the 29th worst team to 25th. Their offense has actually been pretty good this year. Obviously, the pitching's not there. You can look
Colton
at the names,
Everidge has been pretty good. He's been solid to start the year.
I think, we have them at 12-16 record. I think they just finished a comeback win against the Red Sox, so put that at 13-16. I'm not saying they're going anywhere but from that, but, show them some love.
Let's see. Anything else here? We talk about the Braves, talk about the Mets, talk about the Yankees. So obviously we're in the month of May. We're going to go over our player of the month, pitcher of the month, rookie of the month. Let's start in the AL. Who do you got as the player of the month?
So I just brought him up. Byron Buxton. That's my player of the month. He batted .408, 8 homers, 15 RBIs, 3 stolen bags with a .1297 OPS. He plays elite defense. It's just keeping him healthy. He's plays the game so aggressively. He could be injured so easily. We're just hoping that he can make it throughout the year. He has been on fire in the AL. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Who do you got?
I got Vlad Jr. 349 average, 7 homers, 20 RBI, 1100 OPS. A guy whose OPS last year was in that like 690. Like it wasn't very good. Vlad Jr. The thing that sticks out for me in Vlad Jr., I think he's had 85 plate appearances. He's only struck out 18 times. And he's walked more than he struck out. He's walked 22 times, struck out 18. So, remember last year you watched Vlad Jr., he was swinging at those borderline pitches. This year he's taking them. And it's like he's got a completely different approach at the plate. And it seems like he's finally producing at the level that we thought he would be when he came up as a minor leaguer.
Yeah, it's good to see for the game too. I mean, he's the most anticipated prospect I'd say in my lifetime. I can't think of other than Bryce. I think it goes Bryce Harper and Vlad. I mean, those are the two that's like, oh, they're coming up. We've got to watch their game to see what they do.
Right.
Those are the two guys that stand out to me. Let's move on to the AL pitcher of the month. I got Garrett Cole. In 6 starts, he's 4-1 with a 1.43 ERA. He already has 62 strikeouts.
It's nuts.
Through like 39 innings. And he's got a 178 batting average against. So, guys cannot touch Cole right now.
No.
That's why he got paid so much money. I mean,
right. He get $35 million to get those outs. Yeah. I got Danny Duffy, a guy that doesn't light up the radar. He just pitches in and out all quadrants of the strike zone. Yep. He's 4-1 with a .60 ERA, 37 strikeouts, and a batting average of 183. Like this guy, he's pitching very well for the Kansas City Royals. He's winning them a lot of ball games. And I wanted to be a little different. I could have gave to Garrett Cole, but just be different. I went with Danny Duffy.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a bad choice. Obviously, the Royals are paying off from Duffy's success. And Danny Duffy was a couple of years ago one of those guys on the trade block that people were looking at, and then it kind of fell off. And hopefully, he's just rejuvenating it right here, and maybe he can be down the road, maybe an arm that Kansas City might move to make their team better in the future.
AL Rookie of the Month. There's only one choice here. We both went with Yerman Mercedes. 395 average, 5 homers, 16 RBI, 1,063 OPS. If you remember, obviously he went 5 for 5 to start the season. He went 8 for 8. 5 for
Something
5
like
his
that.
first game, 8 for 8
Yeah.
his first 2 games. But yeah, this guy has been unbelievable to start this season.
Yeah. And for the White Sox, the best case scenario, because obviously when you lose a guy like Eloy Jimenez, you need somebody to step up, and Yerman Mercedes has been the guy to step up. That just unbelievable. Hopefully, he can continue on. Obviously, it's kind of a tricky situation, just because they have Yasmani Grandal, Zach Collins, and Mercedes on the roster, and they're all catchers. So that's something to keep an eye out on. What would be very weird is maybe they move on from Grandal. That would be interesting to see.
Has he caught a
And
game? Has he caught a game this year, or has he been strictly a DH?
I'm talking about next offseason. If
Right.
Mercedes has a monster year and they say, hey, we got Collins and Mercedes, we could
Right.
pay these guys less than $5 million combined, and we're paying Yasmani $20 million, let's unload them. I'm not saying they're going to, but I'm just, throwing some hypotheticals around.
I see what you're saying. Let's go. NL Player of the Month. Who do you got?
I have Nick Castellanos. I think mainly why I have Nick Castellanos is just the intensity, man. Other than stats are great. 305 average, 7 bombs, 16 RBIs, and 957 OPS. Maybe there were guys that are obviously you could sit back and be like, guys had better months, but I think impact wise, Castellanos RBIs and homers have came in big situations. So he just hit a walk off today. And he's keeping it rolling. He hit 305 in
At
April.
the end of May. April,
yeah, but 2 games into May, he's already back up to 330. So, definitely a player to watch. Not sure he is player of the month worthy, but I'm gonna give it to him. He's my player of the month.
I got Chris Bryant, a guy that's hit 205 last year, 4 homers, 9 RBI. Was limited to 34 games. He's at 323 this year, 9 homers, 23 RBI, 1100 OPS. Like, this guy seems like he's having a good comeback year for the Cubs.
Yeah, and you know why? I mean,
contract year.
Clock's ticking. Contract year. It's time to get paid. It's time to get paid. It's time to get moved.
Do you think that players, there's that much pressure on a player in a contract year?
100%. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So trying to play for that next contract. NL pitcher of the month. We got to go Jacob deGrom here. 0.5.
I don't know how you don't.
59 Ks, 35 innings pitched. He's only allowed 2 runs. 2 runs in 6 starts. Like, it's what this guy is doing is unbelievable. The fact that he doesn't get run support is a joke, honestly. Like, man, I just feel for the guy. He just doesn't get any support.
Yeah, we've already brought it up. It's crazy.
NL Rookie of the Month. You went with a guy that's might be a little off the board. Who did you go with?
Yeah, I went with Ryan Weathers. He's made a couple of relief appearances, a couple of starts for the Padres. In 6 games, 3 starts, a .55 ERA, 16 innings pitched, and he already has his first MLB save. So, he's been good. I would definitely like to see, where this guy's going. Obviously, I believe he was the number 2 pitching prospect behind Mackenzie Gore in the Padres system.
I think you're right.
But yeah, it's been crazy to see how much success he's had. He's pitched against the Dodgers, pitched real well. So he's getting thrown in the fire, and he's coming through in the clutch.
I went with Dylan Carlson, 265, 3 bombs, 13 RBI, 818 OPS. One of the guys I picked as my breakout candidates for the NL at the start of the year. Seems like he's off to a good start in this month. That's why I went with my NL Rookie of the Month. But
so Blake,
what's
real
up?
Quick, I'm looking at these rankings. Okay, I want you to pick a team from 11 to 20. Pick 3 teams that you think are going to jump into the top 10 in May.
From 11 to I think the Blue Jays will be in the top 10. The Yankees will be in the top 10. The Angels, if they can figure it out a little bit, 11 to 20. The Braves might even be in the top 10 if they figure it out this month. They're ranked 23, but like who would you pick?
3 teams that I could see moving the top 10. Okay, I got the Blue Jays.
Yep,
the Yankees.
That's it.
And the Mets.
And the Mets, yeah, that's a good call too.
Okay, so 1 through 10, 3 teams you think are gone out of the top 10 by the time May's over.
That's easy. Giants, Royals, and Astros.
Contender, okay, that will have the worst record in May.
Ooh.
So we're gonna take out
without looking at the schedules.
Without looking at the schedules, worst record in May.
Up for a contender.
So we're gonna say.
So you would
everybody. Let's say everybody in the top 20 right now, plus the Reds, Braves, and Twins. Everybody else don't count them. Because at this point, that's how many teams are contenders.
I'm going to defer to you first. I'm going to think on it.
Okay. I'm going to look at this list. Worst record in May. I'm going to go with... The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go the Washington Nationals.
Oh, they're gonna get worse than what they are now, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, let's do this real quick. This shouldn't take long. Just give me a positive. So more wins than losses, or so a yes or no. Okay. Will the Dodgers have more wins than losses in May? And we're gonna go down the list. You can go yes, no, yes, no. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. Dodgers.
Yes.
Yes. Padres.
Yes.
Yes. A's.
No.
Yes. Red Sox.
No.
No. Brewers.
No.
Yes. Giants.
No.
No. Royals.
I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go yes at this one.
I'm gonna go no. White Sox.
Yes.
Yes. Astros.
No.
Yes. Cardinals.
Yes.
Yes. Mariners.
No.
Yes, they're gonna have one more good month. That's what I got. Blue Jays.
Oh, Blue Jays. Yeah, they'll have more wins than losses.
Yes. Angels.
Angels will too. Yeah, I think they will. You don't think they will? They do got a tough month, but
I think it's gonna be
like close. A 500, close to 500.
It's either gonna go two ways. They're either gonna just play up and just beat on people, or right. The pitching ain't gonna hold up, and they're gonna have a bad month of May, and then they're gonna try to battle back before the deadline. All that crap. It's the same story every year. Okay, here we go. Diamondbacks.
No,
I just chose them to have the worst record.
Worst record, yeah.
Out of the contenders. Phillies.
Yes.
No. Yankees.
Yes.
Yes. Rays.
Yes.
Yes. Mets.
Yes.
Yes. Nats.
No.
Yes. Indians.
No.
Reds.
Yes.
Yes for me. Orioles.
No. They got a tough one.
Braves.
Yes, I think the Braves will bounce back this month.
Yes, Twins.
They better, or they're gonna be in trouble. They're 9-16. I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go yes.
Also.
I'm gonna bet on them a little bit here.
Rangers.
Intriguing team this month. 12-16. I'm gonna go no.
I'm gonna go yes. Cubs. I will go yes. Pirates, Miami, Rockies, Tigers. I'm gonna go no.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with a no.
No even reason. Just bunch them all together.
Yeah. That'll pretty much do it. We did a little bit of a ad lib there at the end of the episode. Kind of some.
Tell us who you think in the comments. Who's gonna have the best month? Who's not?
Let us know. Appreciate you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and we appreciate all you guys for listening.
All right. Take care, guys.